Hello and welcome to Delgado ESL Level 3-4. This week's topic is at school. We're going to talk about our future plans regarding school. We're also going to talk about what people want and need to achieve their future goals and the difference between want and need. And we're going to talk about vocational courses and just a couple of other things. So throughout this lesson, just pay attention to the tense of the verbs that will be in either present continuous or future tense. So we have the plant is growing right now. The plant is going to get bigger, or the plant will grow fruit in the summer, right? We have our past, if this is now, and then we could have something into the future. And eventually the plant will die, right? Far into the future. So just pay attention to that throughout the lesson. So we have some terms here for you, and here you can write your own definitions or your own sentences. And we just have a little image here. We have the computer processing unit, mouse. We have an external webcam. We have a monitor, which is different than a screen. A monitor stands alone. We have our keyboard, and this is a mouse, but on a laptop, we call it a touchpad. And also on almost all laptops, they will have an internal web camera, right? So make sure you know those terms, right? Because the computer and technology is important in our new online classes. And just a tip of a reminder, it's always nice to mute your microphone when you're not speaking during class, because it cuts down the background noise and just makes it less staticky, right? And just a tip, if you can't find that icon, sometimes you might have to move your mouse or your finger over your screen to get it to pop up. All right, so let's apply some of our vocabulary and some other computer terms to this scenario. So Norma needs a new computer for school, and it needs to meet the minimum requirements. It should have a web camera, should have 16 gigabytes of storage, and at least 4 gigabytes of RAM. She's not choosy about the operating system. She's fine with Windows, Chrome, or Safari. All right, so take a minute, put it on pause, and read this conversation to yourself. Then we'll come back and we'll read it together. Okay, so hello, I need a new computer. Great. Do you want a laptop or a PC? I need a web camera, 16 gigabytes of memory, and it needs to have Windows, Safari, or Chrome. I think one of these Chromebooks would meet your needs. Do you see any problems? All right, well, let's look at these problems. Excuse the typo on Windows. So we have two options. We have option one is a Chromebook for $139. And if I look right here, it has 2 gigabytes of RAM and 16 gigabytes of storage. Then if I look here, I have a different Chromebook for $379 with 4 gigabytes of RAM, but 128 gigabytes of storage. That's a lot of storage. So we can ask ourselves, does option A meet Norma's minimum requirements, right? And we can fill in those blanks there. And then we have one more sentence. If you blank more storage, you will pay more, right? But put it on pause, fill in those blanks. We'll be right back with the answers. All right, so what are the answers? So no, Norma needs more RAM. If you need more storage, you will pay more, right? Okay, Norma plans to purchase option B, but she doesn't want to pay for all the extra storage that she doesn't need. What should she do? What do you think? Put it on pause. All right, so it's $379 for 128 gigabytes, but if she only gets 32 gigabytes, she can subtract $80 from the price, right? Or if she wants 64, she could subtract $30 from the price. That's what I would advise her to do. I would say, Norma, you should reduce the amount of storage and you'll have a lower price. Okay, let's continue to talk about wanting and needing. If you want something, you have a desire to possess it. But if you need something, it's because it's essential or it's very important. It's more than just desirable. So we could say that we can all agree that people need air and water, healthy food, and shelter, right? But we don't need perfume. We like perfume, we desire perfume, but it's a want. The same with soda. We want soda, but we do not need it, right? Cake, a want. And a yacht, very desirable, but not necessary, right? But this can be a tricky subject because everybody needs different things. Each person is so unique. So we're just going to talk about some different scenarios, or another scenario. So we have Sari here. She's 19 years old and she's moving out of her house for the first time into her new apartment. And she has a list of items she would like to purchase. And I would like you to give her some advice. Are these items that she needs or just items that she might want? Are these necessary items for a new house? What do you think? Put some checks in there and classify them as a want or a need. You can talk to your classmates about that, or in general. We could also talk in this week with our classmates about the things that we need or want to purchase this week. So what do you need or want? There's some fill in the blank sentence frames here for you to fill in, and you can discuss the difference between needing something and wanting something. But we're also going to talk about when we want to do something, what do we need to do to achieve a goal? So we'll look at this scenario. It's about Wilmer. He's 17 years old and he wants to open a mechanic shop in America. So what steps will Wilmer take to achieve his dream? Well, he's going to need to take some vocational courses. He's going to need to train to become certified as a mechanic. And so let's look at his situation and see what he should do. He's 17. He went to the 10th grade, but he doesn't have a diploma. He speaks Spanish, Garifuna, and some English. He currently lives in San Pedro Sula, Honduras. He is single, and he has some skills in small engine repair and basic construction. So Wilmer is very meticulous, and he has made a plan. Here is his plan. Study his plan, right? His plan also involves taking these different courses at the community college. And then use that information to fill in the blanks with wants, needs, or need, right? When you go in your slides, the answers will pop in for you. All right. So after you've thought about Wilmer's plan, what is your plan? What do you plan to do this year, next year, in 2 years, in 5 years? We'll include that in the quiz. So think about it now and kind of write out some ideas for your plans. There's also these sentence frames to help you, get that organized. All right, that's all we have for this week. Thanks so much. Enjoy your live classes, and we'll see you next time in the future.